Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a grand plan that I am concocting. What am I concocting? Well, I want to move so I can get to the back of the garage, hopefully without rolling over my toes with the wheels of these bikes, but especially since they were supposed to be in that hole over there. Probably need 2 hands for this. Ladies and gentlemen, why am I doing this at night? I'm glad you asked. A couple of reasons. 1, because I want to, and 2, because at night it's finally cool enough for me to be able to do this. Now, here's the plan. We have these 2 powerful lights. Only need one of them for here. How dare you fall over? And we have this tripod for it. We're gonna set a light up, probably here, at this corner here, and shine down at where this garden box is going to develop. Then we're gonna take the second one over, set it up, shining into the shed doors to see all the wood and everything. Let's go ahead and put the phone down. Oops. Put the phone down. Hopefully you can still see me. If not, frick you. Well, we get this. Well, now it's falling apart. Lovely. This set up. This part. Oh, huh? I'm confused. Exactly. Does it work? So, did it break? Is that what happened? Super confused about this. That is gonna fall down. Hold on. It's the flashlight feature. Okay. We have them set up. Apparently, they both connect to this box. They don't disconnect, so I do have to keep both of them here on the work site. But I have another option. A little hanging light to hang in the actual shed. Something small, relatively bright enough, but not too bright. So now we have to plug this in and light our working area. And of course, Mom's all freaked out about how this is going to disturb the neighbors, but these lights were made for such a thing as this, and I'm going to be as quiet as possible. When making something out of wood and connecting them together with screws or nails, I'm going to be as quiet as possible. Okay, so there's some good news and some bad news. Good news is the extension cord I have goes from the outlet in the wall to the end of the patio right there, not down there where I need it to be. So, good news, I have one of these, which gives me different settings: red, bright, brighter, brighter, and brighter. Apparently. I'm not exactly sure what red light means. Well, I know what it means. It's the opposite of green light. Haha, funny. Okay, I'm sorry. But we're gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna do a TikTok stream while I'm working, so this will be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and set that up now. Hello, everyone. Let me get my glove back on here. Hello. There we go. Glove back on. We are outside, as you can see. And these gloves are technically, select more people. Okay. Be that loud. There it is. The saw right there in the corner. Doing some late night construction. See if I can do this with one hand. Perfect. Get a little brighter. There we go. Can I change? I can change the direction to point down. That's actually super useful. Okay, let's see. Hello guys, welcome. We are out here. So, if I may, show you what we're doing. You see this area? Hello. You see this area right here? This is going to be the garden box, or at least land. I've got a saw to do things with, you know. Now originally I had these lights here to do what I needed them to do, but I don't have a long enough cord, so we're gonna have to make do. First off, the camera a bit. Okay, so there's the area that we're working with. There's already 2 boards here, and I'm thinking about using those 2 boards to do something with. So, you please flip the camera. There we go. Okay, so that's the space we're working with. Now we've got to go to the shed over here. Seems a little found footage-esque. That's a little loud, but we have, so there's no swing back to closed. Should be fine. We have, oh, hello. Was that a spider or something? Something came swinging down into view. Right. We have a lot of wood, tools, and other things. So, here's the plan. the plan is to see what boards over there are usable and get them out here to where we will then use the saw to saw them into the correct position. Anyway, and then I think we're gonna try to use some of that chicken wire that's back there and something else. Honestly, this is a really ambitious project. May not get it all done tonight, considering it is now 1 a.m. I am outside in a suburban neighborhood trying to work at night. Thing is, it's finally cool enough to do that. So, you know, gifts, of course, are appreciated at your discretion to support this project. Don't have to, though. And honestly, most people don't, is the thing. I usually get a couple of people in here, and then they, immediately disappear. They don't really stick around. Anyway, if only these lights here worked, that would be amazing. All right, what are we doing here exactly? Let's get this mower out the way. And we're looking at, but also this light is very helpful because it is handheld. So, hello, you two. Thanks for joining. Anyway, so look a little closer here at what we got. Okay, we've got some short boards. We've got some long boards. Also, we have 2 boards down at the work site already. So, realistically speaking, we just need 1 and then some way to put them together. Probably there's nails up there. Framing nails, but still nails. And then, if at all possible, some kind of board there to use as stakes. Hold on. Excuse me. Some kind of boards to use as stakes to wrap the chicken wire around. Now, again, as I've said, may not get it all done tonight, but it's a good start. This project is probably going to be multi-days, especially the loud parts like the nailing and or screwing and or stapling the chicken wire may have to be done another day, but I want to try to get a move on tonight while I'm thinking about it and in the mood for it before moving on to something else and losing interest. So, well, I suppose first of all what we need is some kind of a measuring tape to know exactly how long we want the board to be. Do we have a measuring tape out here at all? Anything at all? Anything at all? No? No? We'll find something. There's duct tape. I don't think we're going to be able to use that for much of anything, really. Yeah, we're going to need a measuring tape. That's not too much of an ask. Okay. Right, time to go grab that. Technically, we could just measure with our eyeballs, but I don't want to be that imprecise. Right, so, again, this is the work site. So, we already have that board and that board. So what we need is a measuring tape to measure between this board and that board. And basically flip them upright, put the board on the end, put a nail or screw in each one, probably 2 just to be safe, then a stake in each of the 4 corners, chicken wire around the edge, and that's the job. Again, may not get it all done tonight. Hello, Erica. By the way, if we do cut boards tonight, we'll have to cut them with that. Yeah. And we have this kind of a little bright, especially since we have neighbors in close proximity. So, tape. Grab one right now. Pretty. We have some light. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light on my head. Let's see, flip the camera around first of all. There we go. Flip the camera. Hello. And now, another light. Now, I'm going to set my phone here for a brief few seconds while I go get a measuring board. Measuring tape. So watch for any like star activity of any kind. I'll be back. And I need a tissue. Don't. Really? I'm back. I have a measuring tape. We have just one problem. It started raining. I need to get those big lights in, so come with me to do that. And yeah, definitely need to, if nothing else, you get those big lights in. Flip camera. This phone is waterproof to a certain degree. Shoot. Now, that's okay. Realistically, the only thing... here we go. Invites you to co-host? Sure, why not? Can't hear a thing this guy is saying. Maybe I can now. Yeah. Alright. Whoa, do you see how wet it's getting? That's also what she said. Hello. I need to grab this by the bottom and not drop it if possible. This is heavy. Dear, carrying this on one shoulder is a problem. We're fine. Oh dear, okay. Well, yeah, that got kind of wet. Yeah, and I don't want this to rust either. Okay, wiping the phone. All right, flash goal. Let's see if we can get this project funded. So again, as I've said before, at your own discretion. The rain just gets more intense. You can hear it now, right, though? Well, anyway. Dear. Okay, you know what? Anyway. Dear. Okay, you know what? These lights should be fine under the eaves, but I have to run. Thanks for the follow, Simon, cheerful girl. I have to run to that shed. While I'm in there, I'll look for a piece of wood. Actually, you know what? Here. We're gonna run to two places. One, quickly measure that. And two, run to the shed, find something along those lines. Hello. And, yeah. Alright, dang, we're gonna get wet. This is not normally how I like to get wet. Don't read too much into that. That I didn't mean anything. Shoot. Okay, quickly now. Quickly as possible. This measured. We need something 55.5 inches long. 55.5 inches. That's the size of my I mean, nothing at all. Didn't say anything. Frick. At least it's dry up in here. Right. Shoot, I should probably bring this push mower in as where we're gonna get a flash rainstorm, but you know, things do happen sometimes. Maybe I can, pull this to the side, stand here briefly, pull out my tape measure, mark it, stop the thing around. Really? It's difficult to do with one hand. Mark it at 55.5 inches. And if possible, there we go. Get the measuring tape to cooperate. And then measure some of these boards. Probably won't get them out tonight, but just measure one or two of them to get an idea of what 55.5 inches looks like. That's not too awful. Well, guys, write that down. We need to remember for when the rain stops tomorrow. 55.5 inches. The stuff's falling over on me. Boy, okay. These boards here are gonna be wet. So I have to be careful not to slip and fall. Was that someone's air conditioning coming on? Did you hear that? Wow, as it started. That's probably not a good thing. Might want to get that checked out. Okay, so one last thing is to, a few last things is to temporarily put the tape measure there, grab our saw, and hang it back in this shed. And yeah, well, I thought I was gonna have some. There we go. All right, you're hung back now. Let's get these doors closed. There we go. Stuck. Okay. Last things last is to get this compact and into the garage. So let me just quickly. Can I flip my camera, please? Not that. I'll figure it out. No. No. Stop. Go away. Thank you. No, don't open chat. Open. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Set you up here just as it starts to rain harder. Thanks, God. I guess it's your way of saying, no, you're not doing this project tonight. Get wet. Realistically, that's all I can derive from that. Give me a minute. Well, there we go. Okay. Got it compact enough now to put it on my shoulder. Barely. Open the door. Hopefully without smashing the glass or anything else. All right, we're good. The cord still outside. There we go. Got it. Okay. Now, lay this down on my soft rug. Well, postpone till tomorrow, I guess. Right. Okay. Well, right. Okay. Need to take my gloves and them off my hands. There we go. I'm gonna save these gloves to use them again tomorrow. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and de-apron and hope that within the next couple of days we're gonna be able to get out there and finish this. Thank you for watching the live, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the night. Let's hope the screen, hello, the screen is not broken, and I can hit the off button, and see you next. Well, if I added the live stream, or failed live stream kind of, into the mix, you'll see that we kind of got rained out. So I'll have to try again another time. So thank you for watching, and tune in next time.